Welcome to Irons United and a very quick transfer window special. Gonçalo Cardoso has just signed. The news is announced right now, 4 p.m. He's signed a 5-year deal with West Ham for a price of £2.78 million. He is our fifth signing of the summer, and as we said in our transfer window special yesterday, he's an 18-year-old Portuguese player, was playing for Boa Vista. He's a central defender, left-footed. People are speculating whether that means he's going to be playing at left back, but we believe that isn't necessarily the case. He is apparently going straight into the first team squad, and he's going to be challenging for a first team place. That must mean that Pellegrini has seen enough for him to decide that he can't rely on the backup of either the backup of either I've forgotten who plays for us, either Reed or Ogbonna. So Cardoso is going to be basically challenging Diop and Balbuena for a first team place. So a little bit about him. 18-year-old central defender. He made 15 appearances last season for Boa Vista. He appeared in the Portuguese under-19 squad, and he's played several times for them. Left-footed centre-back. People might be questioning why we're signing such a young player, but he is being touted as being one of the most talented youngsters in European football at the moment. So 5-year deal for a player of his age is yet another thing that Pellegrini and Huselos are doing. They're actually bringing in players who are young, hungry, bringing them in for a reasonable amount of money, and then if they do well, then they go on to be sold for an extortionate amount of money, just like other teams do. So we're finally beginning to follow the Spurs approach for signing players. It's exciting news. We know that Ogbonna's been inconsistent throughout last season and throughout pre-season. We know Winston Reid was missed the whole of last season. So Pellegrini just can't rely on those two as backup. Diop and Balbuena will continue to be the first choice. But now they're looking over their shoulders because they've got a young, hungry defender who's coming in, who's going to be challenging them for a spot in that lineup. He's a strong player. He's a tall, left-footed defender. And for West Ham to come in for him, given that there were a number of teams that were interested in him, has been yet another little coup. He could be our, if you remember when we signed Balbuena last season, no one really knew who he was, and he basically did really well. And now we've got a player maybe just like him. It's exciting. I'm sorry this is going to be really short and really sweet. We're going to have a very special gift of the gab at 8 p.m. UK time tonight, and we'll talk a little bit more about this signing and a little bit more about other signings that are coming up. We have a special guest from Claret and Hugh, Sean Whetstone, so do look out for that, because I think there'll be some interesting insight into what's going on in the club. What else can I tell you? I mean, we did a show on him yesterday. I'll tell you about the teams that were in for him. Lazio, Inter, and Benfica were all interested in this young player. So they're quite formidable teams. So the fact that we've got him says an awful lot about West Ham. We're going in the right direction, people, and everyone's been talking about that we needed to sign a bit more in depth. I don't think it will be the last signing before Thursday. I think there's going to be a few more signings coming in. And £2.78 million. I mean, okay, let's put it this way. If he's a disaster, then we've only spent £2.7 million. If he's an absolute success, then goodness me, £2.7 million is an absolute bargain in this day and age. Yes, people are going to question that he's only 18 years old. Yes, people are going to question why didn't we get a more experienced player in? But really, come on. We're talking about a player that's for the future here. 5-year deal at West Ham, which is absolutely fantastic news. And long may it reign. Huselos is a master, and we look forward to I think one or two more sneaky signings between now and Thursday. Anyway, don't forget to log in 8 p.m. tonight UK time for our special live gift of the gab with our special guests from Claret and Hugh, Sean Whetstone, and well, until then, come on you irons.